Hi everybody, Chris from Stone Age Gamer here. A few years back, a company called Retro Fighters reinvented the Nintendo 64 controller with their Brawler64. It was pretty well received, but was there room for improvement? Apparently so, because they've got a new model out, and this time, it's wireless. Let's take a look. Okay, let's start things off with a couple of side-by-side comparisons. First, in case you're new to the whole world of Brawler64, let's do a direct comparison between the new wireless one and the original Nintendo 64 controller. As you can see, the original Nintendo 64 controller has gotten some flack over the years for being very strangely shaped. You know, you've got the grip if you're going to be in the middle, you've got the grip over here, there's a whole button on the back that isn't really accessible if you're using the D-pad without kind of wrapping your finger around on the side there. It was a brilliant controller in its day, but it is a little strange, especially by modern standards. So this kind of takes that whole formula and applies it to a more modern controller design. You know, the buttons are a little bit flatter, they have a very similar feel as far as how you press them, how much give they take. You've got a brand new style of analog stick here. It's still got the rigid corners on it, but it feels more like a modern analog stick than this, this Mario Party palm ruiner right here. The back of the controller is a little bit different. As you can see, there's the expansion port inside there. This is where you'd put your rumble pack, your memory card, or what have you, and this does not have that because that replaces the port with this guy. This is also the dongle. This is the receiver you plug into your Nintendo 64. This is where your memory pack will go. It does not function with rumble packs, so there's no force feedback on the wireless Brawler 64, but it is wireless, and this one, as you can see, is not. So as far as the other big important changes on this one are, you'll see there's two triggers on the back here. These both have the same exact function. These are both the Z button, except you can now reach them with either your left or right fingers if you are so inclined. There's a turbo feature. This turns off any sort of programming, and you're pretty much good to go. So as far as comparisons to the original Brawler 64 go, right off the bat, you can see that this is embossed now. Ooh. Other than that, they're incredibly similar. There's a slight different feel to the buttons. These don't seem like you need to push them in quite as hard as you did with the original version. They're slightly less clicky. The analog triggers as well are, these feel more like buttons. They have a little bit more of a sort of a click to them when you press them, whereas these are very very squishy, similar to, like, say, the Dreamcast trigger buttons on the original Dreamcast controller. Other than that, it's the same modern feel and the same kind of situation here, and it's pretty darn modern. So what if you are not into gray? What if you have one of those fantastic Nintendo 64s, like, I don't know, this guy right here? Yes, they come in multiple colors. Right now we have 4 colors, including this is the jungle green one. As you can see, the plastic is a darn near perfect match. The dongles are also multicolored as well, so you've got your green. They're also available in, I believe Nintendo called this watermelon in the Fantastic line. And this is the blue one, which, I don't know, ice, glacier, could have been anything. They had some really fancy names for these guys. And you're probably seeing all these controllers lined up here and wondering, well, how does this function with multiplayer? Well, it actually works really well. All of these little guys get plugged into their respective ports however you want them to go, and it looks like a fun little rainbow here. And these controllers link up to these specific dongles. So say you're playing a 4-player match of GoldenEye, and then you decide you want to play the actual best multiplayer game on the Nintendo 64, Dr. Mario 64. When you turn it off and when you turn your system back on, no matter what order you press these buttons in to kind of turn them on, they're going to sync up to the dongles that are connected to their specific colors, which is pretty darn nice. The wireless Brawler64 from Retro Fighters is available now at StoneAgeGamer.com in 4 different colors. Thanks for watching, and keep playing games.